Yesterday, the Orange Walk Town Council held an informative forum for its employees on the Belize Guatemala Territorial Dispute and taking the dispute to the International Court of Justice for final resolution. The forum was also open to the public and got rather heated when it came to the question and answer session. We bring that part to you tonight. Norma Ruiz reports.
Aside from highlighting the pros and cons of taking Guatemala's claim to the ICJ, facilitators at the forum, Ambassador Stuart Leslie and Giovanni de la Fuente, also highlighted valuable information about the matter with the purpose of having Belizeans properly informed when the time comes to vote for the referendum. While Ambassador Leslie, who is the coordinator of the referendum unit in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, believes that taking the matter to the ICJ is the only viable option for Belize at the time, President of the Northern Territorial Volunteers, Giovanni de la Fuente, during his presentation, brought forth what he believes is a better and more plausible alternative.
As Belizeans, we have been failing to occupy our lands. And I am not speaking to you about land that Placencia, San Pedro, nor Kikaka. I'm talking to you about the land along our western border and the southern border. As Belizeans, we have not been living up to the responsibility of being landowners. As landowners, we need to occupy our land. The Guatemalans have a big problem in that the farmers don't have land. And they look right across the river. And the beautiful Belize land, so green, and all the rivers and the streams and gold, mahogany, Shate, jaguar, parrots, everything, and no Belizean present. So what do? They just go across. You think the ICJ could stop that? ICJ can cause the Guatemalans to remove from the Constitution that clause that says Belize is for us. But they can't stop the incursions. Belizeans, we need to be just like the British that were here before. They refused to move. And what did they do? They occupied the land. And what else did they do? They used the land. We could use this land. Belizeans, we are landowners. We have the title to this land in our pocket. Let us live up to the responsibility of being landowners. As landowners, we have three basic responsibilities. We need to occupy the land, we need to use the land, and thirdly, we need to protect the land.
After both facilitators had concluded their presentations, things got a little heated as some very vital and pressing questions were brought forward.
How will we educate our young people? What will we tell them? After all, under 35 is like the majority of this country. What are we going to tell our young people, and how are we going to educate them to make the right decision?
We have lesson plans that we have done for you, and I can send them to you. We've done them through the Association of Secondary Schools Principals, and they don't talk about yes or no. They talk about the pros, the cons, and the risks of going to court, and it goes through treaty laws and so on. And the lesson plans are for high school teachers, and we have that. So we can get that to you with all the support material. But you have to educate yourselves, people. This is not easy. It involves history. It involves the law. It involves, we've given you a whole packet of things. Thousands and thousands of dollars we've spent on these things. And half the people we give them to go home and throw it in a corner. We can't, it's important for you to learn, but you have to read so you could ask the questions. You have to know the facts so that you could ask. All I could encourage you to do is read, ask the mayor to have us come back again, to invite these guys right here in Orange Walk, to talk to your history teachers, to talk to your pastor in your church, anybody, but it cannot be just on 6 people. It can't be just on us. I didn't come here to ask you to agree with me, you know. I am very clear in my mind what I need to do as a Belizean. And whenever that referendum is, I am going to vote to go to court, because I don't want one more Belizean die because of this issue. And if going to court will settle it, that's my thing. They believe otherwise. I respect that. But you know why they are saying it? Because they have informed themselves. You have to inform yourself on this issue, and you have to teach your children. There's no other way around it. No other way around it.
Why was it changed that Belize can do their own and Guatemala does their own? And if we say no, what will Guatemala say if they have not done theirs before us?
The Senate has ratified the protocol for Belize, but the Guatemalan Congress is yet to ratify the protocol which says you can have separate referendums. So Guatemala have their own and Belize have their own. So right now, because they haven't ratified it, we still have to have it together on the same day at the same time. Now, what happens if Guatemala says no and Belize says yes? It's over. No ICJ. What happens if Belize says yes and Guatemala says no? Or the other way around, no referendum. What happens? No referendum. The two sides have to say, no ICJ. The two sides have to agree to submit this to the ICJ because both Belize and Guatemala did not give the jurisdiction to the ICJ to settle this. You see, when we got our independence, we said, no. We can go to the ICJ for other things, but not the Belize-Guatemala issue. And so we did not recognize the jurisdiction of the International Court of Justice.
One very compelling question brought up was concerning Guatemalan citizens who have been naturalized as Belizean citizens, and if they will be allowed to partake in the referendum. Although Ambassador Leslie answered by simply stating that anyone who has been in Belize for over 5 years has the right to become a Belizean citizen, regardless of their previous nationality, and would be allowed to vote, public activist Patrick Menzies had a different view on the matter.
Anybody from any country that has allegiance to a nation that does not recognize our what? Sovereignty. Now let's say Guatemala recognizes our independence, but not our sovereignty. Can they get citizenship? No. Okay, listen now. Sovereignty, territorial integrity, or what's the other one? What? Independence. You must recognize all three. For any of your citizens to be legally authorized to be citizens of Belize, every Guatemalan citizenship in Belize is illegal. Illegal by law. What I shared was our Constitution. Our Constitution is not hateful. Just like the U.S. Constitutions are hateful against Russia. But we had a problem with Russia. Our Constitution is not hateful. It is saying if you don't agree with us, you don't respect us, your people can't be in my house to eat or take my land or be with me because you don't respect me. That's what our Constitution says. Now, every Guatemalan in Belize that has a Belizean citizenship, your citizenship is illegal. It's wrong. It's not even valid. But if that is retracted, you won't lose anything. You keep your land, you keep your job, you keep everything. You're still a legal resident of Belize. But you can't vote, and you can't be in our government. But you are legally here. You lose nothing. I want to make sure it's clear. When Guatemalan citizenship is retracted, they lose nothing in Belize. But it was utilized by the Guatemalan government and by their media that they said we have a big percentage of Guatemalans in San Pedro. That shows that it's ours. I have copies of it. It also talks about all the Guatemalan citizens here. And they use that to justify also their control or their desire to rule us. I want to make sure that was clear.
The hope of the organizers of the event is to conduct more forums such as the one that took place yesterday to educate Orange-Kenyans about the importance of this national issue. Reporting for CTV3 News, Norma Ruiz.